morning.
Sorry.
Hello.
Whatever time it is.
Whatever time it is. I'm Clara.
I'm Kaitlin.
Welcome to Rebel Dietitian Kitchen, and I'm excited to be cooking today.
I'm very excited to be cooking.
Yep, so lots of things have been happening in the RBA office for...
Like what?
Well, we have some big changes coming in the next couple months, and we just finished 2 cookbooks, which we talked about the diabetes cookbook last month, and we also finished a cooking with food sensitivities book a few months ago as well. We're all seeing lots of patients and lots of, sorry, thank you for not letting me cut my finger open. So lots of big things changing, but that being said, that means that meal prep is kind of suffering sometimes because we're so busy.
Yes.
Yeah. So
how do you make dinner happen when life is hectic?
we're talking freezer meals today,
Yes.
people. All right.
Not those little things, the little plastic packages that you tear open and put in the freezer.
Nope.
A little different.
We're talking meals that you can make ahead of time or put together the pieces ahead of time and then pull it out when you need them, and dinner will be ready to go.
In the oven.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. All right, so let's get started. So
Sorry.
go ahead.
This is Clara's recipe, and
This
she's going
is.
to teach us how to make it.
it is. I'm very excited. You know how much I love Mexican food.
Oh yeah.
Love
We
Mexican
have tacos
food.
all the time when
All
Clara's
the time.
cooking.
Well, for a lot of different reasons, but also they're delicious.
Yes.
So today we're going to be making enchiladas, and we're going to be making a salsa verde enchilada, so a little bit different than your traditional enchiladas. And we're going to make this a all-in-one meal. So last month we talked about all-in-one meals, and we talked that's things that have your carb, your protein, your veggie, all in one. So that's what this meal is, and we're going to use a secret ingredient to make our enchiladas today.
What is it?
It is zucchini.
Whoa.
Yep. I love zucchini. It's my favorite vegetable. So if I can figure out a way to put it into my favorite type of cuisine, i.e. Mexican food, I'm going to do it.
I think there's a couple surprises in this dish because
Yeah.
you're also using Greek yogurt.
I am,
which
yeah.
is not something you would necessarily think of having
Nope.
in enchiladas.
Nope,
So,
definitely not. So we're using
all
Greek
kinds of great
yogurt.
stuff.
And yeah, I also opted for whole wheat tortillas when we're making this. So
Okay.
just making things a little different today, I guess.
And it's going to be delicious.
It's going to be good. Okay, so Kaitlin, I'm going to have you...
I grated some zucchini already.
Yep.
3. No, this is 2.
Yep.
But I have one more. They're little babies.
Little baby zucchinis.
And this has been sitting with a little bit of salt on it.
Yep.
And so what that does is it draws moisture out of it because we don't want our enchiladas to be soup.
No.
When they come out.
No.
'Cause all of that moisture would just come out while you're cooking and leave you with a mess.
No.
We don't want that.
We can make enchilada soup, but this is not what we're doing today.
No.
No.
So I'm going to shave up this one. Grate up this one.
Grate up this one. Yep.
And then I'm going to squeeze some liquid out of them.
That sounds good. So I'm going to talk about our protein that we're using. So I'm going to reach over you. I made some pulled chicken in my Instapot. So you guys know that I am the kitchen appliance queen.
Yes. If they make it, you will buy it.
Honestly, that is the truth. And so Instapot is my newest kitchen appliance as about a month, maybe a month and a half ago. So I
think we talked about this last time. The
We
first
did.
thing you made with it was rice.
I did make rice in my Instapot. Well, so I've had a little bit more time to play around with it, so I'm cooking a lot more in it. And I made some chicken in the Instapot for this dish. That being said, you can make a similar chicken in your slow cooker if you want to, or you can just use rotisserie chicken if you are looking for some time saving, which would absolutely be great.
Yeah.
So I made this. It's just chicken breast. It's some diced onion, some of those the roasted green chilies that you get in a can, a little bit of cumin, salt, pepper, maybe some oregano, and you're good to go. The recipe is on our website if you guys are interested.
For sure.
So this is going to go in there. But you could do this really with any other protein if you wanted to. I just went for the pulled chicken because, you know.
With salsa verde, I always go to either chicken or pork.
I do too, yep. The first time I made something similar to this recipe, I made it with pork because I wanted something different, but chicken is definitely easy to
We're
do.
using salsa verde from a can, but let me tell you, it's actually really easy to make yourself. If you get those little tomatillos, little green tomatoes that are covered in like that weird papery outer casing, and you look at it and you're like, what in the world did I do with that?
Yep.
You roast it with onion and jalapeno.
Yep, some garlic too.
Garlic, and you zhuzh it up in the blender.
I'm so pleased that you just said zhuzh.
you just rub off on me.
I do rub off on you.
So,
Yep, normally, actually, I will also make my own, but again, we're going for simple today because
life is hectic, so
life
we
is
need
hectic.
a freezer meal.
Yep, so when that's the case, we're going to grab some of this.
Yes.
All right.
So like I said, a little bit of salt. You're watching your salt intake.
Maybe not too much.
Maybe not, and just try to squeeze out as much as you can without the salt.
Yep. And what you can do if you're not using salt, just put all the zucchini in a colander and put that either in your sink or over a bowl and just give it some time. And the water will come out eventually, but still makes the process faster because, like I said,
I was going to squeeze with my hands, but I just changed my mind.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
I'm going to use the dish towel.
The dish towel. All right, while Kaitlin's doing that, I'm going to just make the sauce for the enchiladas. Super simple, really easy. So, a can of your favorite Salsa Verde. You want about 2 cups of the salsa if you're making it on your own at home, or a can of whatever you like. Let's see if I can open it.
Meanwhile,
Got it.
if you are making anything that requires you to get liquid out, a lot of times like a cauliflower crust pizza, if it's not working for you, you probably have too much liquid in it.
Yep.
So you just stick it in a dish towel and you just start to squeeze.
And that water is coming out. Do you guys want to get in and see that?
Get on in there.
Look at all that water. And again, like, you see all that water coming out? That's what would have been in our enchiladas, which we do not want. So,
We don't want it.
we don't want it. Okay, so I did my 2 cups of the salsa. Now I'm going with my favorite, Siggy's yogurt. And I'm going with a whole milk plain yogurt. You could do lighter if you wanted to. I think the full fat tastes better and, you know, it's going to give it flavor, so.
Agreed. It's going to be more like sour cream, like if you're ever making chili and you want a dollop of something on top of a baked potato.
Yep.
A full-fat Greek yogurt
Oh, absolutely.
is a nice little...
Yep. And you could use sour
Alternative.
cream in this recipe if you did not have Greek yogurt. There is no reason why you couldn't. That's kind of the beauty of cooking, is playing around with things until you find what's going to work.
Yeah.
I'm also going to do a little bit of some minced garlic, and I got it pre-minced at the grocery store because mincing garlic is one of my least favorite kitchen tasks. All right, cool. And
I'm just over here squeezing.
you keep squeezing over there. And I'm also gonna grab some cilantro. I love cilantro.
I'm obsessed, and some people hate it. And I know. Isn't it like a genetic whether or not you taste certain
It's the
flavors?
soapy, the soapy sensation in there. So I'm just gonna, we're just gonna go with this whole thing. We're gonna
The
save
more
some.
the better.
Gonna save some for garnish at the top, but well, we're coming into the time when you can grow your own cilantro in your backyard, and I am so looking forward to getting to plant my herb garden.
The thing about cilantro though is it gets stressed very easily.
Oh, it
so
does.
as soon as it gets hot outside, it's gonna shoot out all of its little flowers and die.
Yep,
Which is just so depressing.
it is. So you can maybe I haven't been able to keep it alive for more than maybe a month.
Yeah.
So I try and use as much fresh cilantro as I can during.
You get your money's worth though. It's like $1.50 for a plant.
Oh yeah, and one bunch can easily cost $1 or $2 at the grocery store. All right.
Other favorite freezer meals. Go.
So chili, which we've made here before. I love chili. It's a great one.
Things that, as they sit, they develop flavors. So chilies, stews, soups.
Yep.
All of those reheat very well.
I'm also a fan of, I call them making your own meal kits. Like, for example, tacos, my favorite food ever. You get a pound of ground beef or ground turkey, chicken, whatever you want to do. You can freeze the tortillas that go in there with it. You can freeze the cheese. You can put all the fixings basically in a bag in the freezer and leave it in there. So that makes that a little bit easier. All right. So
we have our squeezed zucchini.
Yep, I'm going to put a little bit of cilantro in here.
And what else is going on the insides of these?
We want to add a little bit of cheese. So I just mixed it all together because, again, we're keeping this simple. So you want to add about a cup of cheese.
This is going in here?
Yep. Just toss all of that in. Look at that. Nice and squeezed out.
Is there anything you can do with this?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna look it up.
Caitlin's gonna find out, and we can let you know.
Do with zucchini juice.
Well, we learned that you can do things with chickpea aquafaba.
I know.
The liquid in beans. So who would have thought?
I went to an incredible restaurant for my anniversary, they made a meringue out of apple water.
Really?
I don't even know how you get apple water, but
apple water.
You can do amazing things with it.
You can. All right, I'm gonna delegate that back to you. Okay, I'm gonna mix this. So, your turn. Favorite freezer meals?
Oh my! I already said soups and stews are probably my favorite.
Do you ever do backup meals? Like, so sometimes at Trader Joe's, you know, they have a great freezer section. I'll go and I'll grab like some of their frozen rice, which makes getting dinner on the table faster.
We do keep like tamales and like really easy frozen things in the freezer because like the other day we pulled out our chicken and it smelled like rotten eggs. And
yep, you don't want to eat chicken that smells like rotten eggs.
If you smell that sulfur smell,
forget about it.
We had tamales in the freezer.
Yep, that is definitely. She sounds good. Tamales would go well with our enchiladas. Yeah, Trader Joe's definitely has a good freezer section. And, you know, the thing to keep in mind with any kind of like the spring is right there, any kind of like pre-frozen meal is the sodium. You know, sometimes they lack fiber, sometimes there's not enough protein, but you can certainly use aspects of it and put it together and make it part of a meal. So, doesn't mean that everything has to totally be from scratch all the time because sometimes that's not realistic.
Okay,
you are rolling, and I will help you. I will help you roll. Okay, so
just a scoop.
Yep, you guys want to get in here and take a peek. So, yeah, about a scoop. It comes out to be about a quarter of a cup to a third of a cup, depending on how.
Acceptable. Do you just
and then I just roll it up.
Just gonna tuck it in. Look at my expert.
Wow.
Rolling skills.
Look at your rolling skills. And then when you put it in the
seam side down.
Yep, seam side down. And what we did with these is sometimes in enchilada recipes you fry the tortilla. We just heated it up in the microwave.
Yeah, with a little wet paper towel over top.
Yep. And they become nice and pliable. All right. And yeah, because we put the cheese in here already, it's just kind of like a one step, like go, stick it in. And speaking of which, the chicken that I made, that could easily also be put in the freezer to use as part of like a taco bowl, to even use for this recipe. I mean, the chicken I would say probably is what takes the longest to make, unless you're using rotisserie chicken. Oh, I made a mess. And there we go. So that could certainly go in the freezer and just leave it in there.
Right. And then shout out to the Instant Pot or pressure cookers in general is, say you don't have frozen meals, but you have frozen chicken.
Oh, yeah.
The Instant Pot will cook your frozen food very quickly.
It will.
That helps if you're like me and get home and realize you forgot to take the salmon out of the freezer or the chicken out of the freezer.
Yep. Yes, that is quite. And like, I mean, what did I make yesterday? I made chicken stock in the Instant Pot in like 30 minutes. I can't remember the last time I made chicken stock in 30 minutes. I don't think ever. It just like doesn't happen. Because
it takes 8 hours in the slow cooker.
Right. Or 3 hours on the stove. So it has definitely been like one of my favorite things to do for meal prep.
Okay. I think we have space for one more.
One more after that one? All right. Cool. And then watch how easy this is, guys.
Would you just watch?
Would you just watch? We're about to do some Food Network magic.
All right, so these just go in, and then the sauce will just gets slathered on top.
And these, you know, might not be the most traditional, but they are easy to make, and they taste good.
That's what we need.
That is definitely what we need. Okay, here we go. Just pour this over. Yum. Ooh, so much sauce. There we go. And then,
where's the leftover cheese?
Oh, we have cheese. Can't do this without cheese.
Whoops, sprinkle cheese.
And then, let me show you what we get.
Do you cover it before you bake it, or?
Yeah, so if you were making this right now, just going straight into the oven, I would cover it with aluminum foil and bake it for about 20 minutes, about 350, 375, until it starts to get warm, and then take the foil off for another, again, 15 to 20 minutes. You can increase the temperature towards the end so you get that nice brown bubbly cheese. If you were sticking this in the freezer to make ahead of time, what you would want to do is pull this out. Yum!
They got a little crispy.
They did get crispy. They were waiting for us. If you were going straight into the freezer with that, what I would do is put some plastic wrap over, then aluminum foil, and then put it in the freezer. And you could bake it straight from frozen or defrost.
But you don't take the plastic wrap off.
You do want to take the plastic wrap off. That
you
is
don't
correct.
want melted plastic in your food.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do
have
this.
a spatula?
I do. Give that to you. I'm going to. Oh, which way are we going? Let's go. I was just going to go like this. Oh wow! Look at you. Okay. You gonna share that piece with me, or maybe we can get?
Let's share.
Okay. There we go. Oh, and look, because I know how much you love cilantro. Look at this.
I mean, come
You're
on.
putting more on.
We just go like this. Everyone gets cilantro.
Everyone gets cilantro for you. You get cilantro. You get cilantro.
And it's just so pretty.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Tortilla anyway.
All right. It smells good.
It smells really good.
Our office smells incredible right now. Any patient that's in here is like, give me some. All right. Ooh.
You didn't cheers me.
Oh,
cheers.
sorry. I was hungry. Ooh. Yep. And the zucchini adds extra fiber in there too.
And honestly, you don't even know that it's there.
Right? You have no idea, but you get your veggies in there. It's
So if
happening.
you're trying to sneak in some veggies for the kids or picky spouse,
you just throw
those in there.
Right? You like can't even tell, especially because we used the salsa verde. Oh, that's our. There we go. Because we salsa verde, it all kind of looks a little green in there, and it tastes good.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Recipe is on the website.
It is on the website.
It's delicious.
Yeah. So we will see you guys next month, May 21st.
We're talking allergies.
Yes, it is Food Allergy Awareness Month, so Kaitlin and I have some really cool things cooking up for you.
So if you have any certain allergies like gluten,
Dairy, shellfish,
nuts,
egg,
we're going to talk about it.
we are. Absolutely.
All right, thanks for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you next month.
Bye.